Right, hi guys. Right, welcome to the second video. Thanks to all those that watched the one before, and big thanks to all those that subscribed. Something a little bit different this time. I'm going to kind of break it down a little bit more. I mean, we're going to be talking about some rolling tobaccos, some beautiful tea. Well, I've got to be tea. A new tobacco that I'm coming up with, thanks to Tom. I've got the Pipe Club coming up very soon, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Hopefully there's going to be a bit of a show happening around the shop, Las Vegas themed show, and as long as we can get the council to allow us to have a license for selling alcohol outside, we should be having a little bar outside the shop with cigars and whiskey for that. And also I've got to thank you from the Linus Vink family from the Oliphant for the video I uploaded months ago of the Dutch Rolling Master. You can find it, it's the first video I uploaded, well, the first out of two, now three that I uploaded. It's over there. But first I'm going to talk about a new tobacco that I'm trying to make. Many of you probably already know anyway, there's a chap called Tom Curley, known as the NW Pipe Smoker. He's a great guy. I met him a couple of years ago when he came over here, came into the shop, a good friend of Alan from the Pipe Club. He came into the shop, he was quite happy with what we did, took on one of my first house blends that I ever made, and then a couple of months later a video popped up on YouTube. And gobsmacked sort of thing, my tobacco's made it out to America and there's a review up on the internet. Since then I've sent him a few of my other samples and he's loved them sort of thing, and we get on quite well. His last video I watched, he was smoking a Macallan Turkish mixture, and I quite like the sound of it. We don't really get many of these over here. I mean there's the Dunhill standard mixture I guess, but no, I've never really attempted to make one, so I thought, well, you know, I've got to have a go at this. So what I came up with was, still doesn't have a name yet. Originally I was going to put some Cavendish in it, make it a little bit spicy and call it the Spiced Turk, but I've decided against the Cavendish so far. So this is my this is my first blend at it. If you can see that, it's made up predominantly of Turkish. There's quite a lot of broken dark fire cured Virginia in there, and a little tiny pinch of Turkish, because Kentucky, because I'm obsessed with the stuff. You can't beat the nutty taste of Kentucky. But anyway, I mean, normally I tend to stick some Latakia or some Perique in with things like this, because I don't know, I always feel it needs something. Even in the Trent mixture, one of the other tobaccos that I make for the shop, I even put some aromatic Cavendish in there. It's kind of a bitter cherry Cavendish that I added to that. That's quite nice, but I've still yet to make a plain mixture, so this is it. This is only the third time I've smoked it. This is still the beta version number 1. I'm quite happy with it. It does get a little bit bitter at parts, but no, it's a pretty nice tobacco. I'm going to be smoking it in my Canadian. This is a Dunhill Reject sold as Parker. Originally it was a shell briar finish, but I wasn't a big fan of the shell briar on the shape, so sat down, sanded it down, a few coats of polish. It's a beautiful pipe. Normally I use this for Perique mixtures, but I like it, so I was going to use it. So I'm going to give it a try while I'm talking to you about a few other things that I've got been going off at the moment. Some of the things many of you in the UK are aware, if you smoked it, which is quite a popular tobacco among sort of like roll-up connoisseurs, was Crossroads. Crossroads Virginia went off the market a couple of months ago. Well, it was a popular tobacco, but not as popular as the standard Crossroads, the original. That's now been discontinued. It's gone, leaving a big gap in the market. We only have 2 all-natural rolling tobaccos available to us. That's Pueblo and American Spirit, and they're a bit on the mild side. And a lot of us who like to smoke don't want to smoke just a pure gold sun-cured Virginia. Hold on a second. Not many of us want just plain sun-cured Virginia sort of thing. Sorry about that. But yeah, so Crossroads, the Virginia mixture, had gone. Now they've discontinued the original, which I smoked, all my colleagues at work smoked, quite a lot of people smoked. So yeah, nothing to replace it. There is, however, another tobacco being released by the same company, Scandinavian Tobacco, and it's called Salsa. Now, I've given Salsa a bit of a go. I've smoked it for a day and then another evening. It's quite a light Virginia Oriental mixture, full of bits of chopped up stem. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great quality looking tobacco, but price point, it's a very cheap tobacco. Smoking it, it's a little bit damp, and it's got a bit of a, it's hard to, almost chocolatey, but still got that smell of Virginia to it. Virginia and Turkish and Oriental. But no, it's okay. For a budget tobacco, it's not bad. It's nice and light, could do with drying out quite a bit, but then of course you're losing moisture, losing weight. But no, for a cheap tobacco it's not bad, but it's definitely not a tobacco for me. So let me just light this up and I'll tell you what my alternative is. I do like this tobacco. But what I used to do, I haven't done it for a while, is I normally blend up my own roll in tobacco. I do believe that all aspects of tobacco should be approached. Now, what this is made up of is this base of sun-cured Virginia. There's a little bit of Dutch Halfzware added to it to give it a little bit of body. Nice big handful of Turkish, because I just love the stuff in roll-ups. And normally, I put 1 gram Perique in with a 25 gram mixture. This time I've gone 2.5, 3 gram. It's quite hefty, quite weighty, but it smokes quite nice. I avoided any aromatics this time that tend not to go too well with the Perique. But no, it's an okay mixture. I don't think I'll be making it with 2 gram of Perique again anytime soon. But yeah, the recipe will be up on my blog in the next couple of days, so if anybody wants to replicate it, they're more than welcome to. It is a very, very hearty mixture. It actually go quite well in a tube, in a tubing machine, I think. But yeah. So other than that, I mean, as well as this Turkish tobacco I'm making, like I say, it's gone out already. A bit of a tamp and a relight, and whoa, that produces a lot of smoke. It's nice. It's got a lovely, it's got the creaminess from the Turkish, and then at the same time you've got that really like almost dirty, earthy taste from the dark Virginia, and the Kentucky's there, but you can't really taste it. I should have put a little bit more in, to be honest. It can get a little bit hot. I learnt this the other day. I figured this out the other day. It's you pull out a little bit too hard, it gets too hot. It needs a lot of TLC. This does. It's not really a social tobacco, to be honest. But it's only a beta version, so it could change. Something else I wanted to talk about today was Ilford Manor Teas. A good friend of mine, Akil, over at Regis Cigars, has a friend who owns Ilford Manor Teas, and every so often I get a nice little goodie bag from him. 2 days ago I got this beautiful little pack of teas. My favourite so far is the Assam he sent me. It's Tongana Gone or something. I'll put the spelling up so you can see it. It's a very, very malty tea. The tasting notes on the bag claim that it should be a little bit spicy. I don't really get the spice coming through it, and it is quite a light Assam compared to what I'm used to. I mean, in the anticipation of it being light, I left it to stew for a good 4 or 5 minutes. Got a little bit of an oil slick on the top, and it's still quite weak, but for a nice refreshing afternoon tea, it's beautiful. Coming up at the shop soon, the arcade that the shop's a part of does fashion shows every now and then, and they're doing a Las Vegas themed one coming up very soon. Hopefully, if the council will give us permission for a bar outside, we'll be there and we'll have a cigar and whiskey tasting night. Any of you in the Nottingham or East Midlands area be interested in this? As of yet, we haven't got any confirmed information. If you wanted to be informed if it does go ahead, go onto the shop's website, www.gauntley's.com, and sign up to our mailing list. Once there's been news and you know what's going off, if you don't want to be a part of the mailing list, you can just unsubscribe, sort of thing. As well as that, we've got the 11th Pipe Club meeting coming up next week on Monday. Finally had confirmation on the tobaccos for that one coming up. I haven't even got the screen in front of me, so let me just bring it up. I mean, there's going to be you get 4 tobaccos this time for £5, 13 grams of each. We're meeting up on the 1st at the Lincoln Chipotle like normal for 7 o'clock in the beer garden. The tobaccos this week, you have to have 2 of either Gareth and Hoggus Ultimum or Gareth and Hoggus Bulk and Flake. As well as that, you can also choose 2 from any of the following, which is Peterson's 3Ps, Orlick's Bullseye, McClintock's Creme de Cassis and McBaron's Vanilla Cream, the loose cut, the ready rub version. I'm hoping for a nice big turnout. If you can make it, if you're in the Nottingham area, come down. You don't have to take part in the tobacco samples. We've got bags full of other things you're more than welcome to try. But yeah, come on, it's the Nottingham Pipe Club. For more information, check out www.nottinghamtobacco.co.uk. But yeah, it's still back to the to my Turkish mix. It does have a very different taste to it. It's a little bit flat. A nice light smoke. It'd be good in the morning, but it doesn't have. I don't know. It needs Perique. It needs Latakia. It needs something. But no, it's not a bad tobacco. Right, now I bought myself some homework. So I been watching a couple of videos on YouTube and thought, do you know what, I haven't done any snuff reviews for a while. So I've picked up 7 packets, so tomorrow's going to be Snuff Sunday. First up I've got some Irish High Toast number 22. It's kind of a dark, strong, toasted, plain snuff. Never been that keen on wanting to try it, but I found there was a damaged tin on the display earlier, so, you know, I'll pay the price for it. I don't mind. I don't care, the tin's dented. I've also got some Wilsons of Sharrow's Lavender. I've got some of their Jasmine. Royal George, which I've had before, and oh god, it's beautiful. Some French Currant, some apple, and also some apple and blackcurrant. Never much a big fan of scented ones, but Royal George is a great snuff. It's violet, rose and vanilla. It smells a little bit baby powdery crossed with Parma Violet sweets. It is a very nice snuff. It just takes a little bit of nursing and then you're just rewarded with such creamy smoke. I'm not far off getting this blend right. It'd be nice to try some of the Macallan to have something to compare it against, but been a bit egotistical, but I do like this tobacco. It's not really out there, it's not really out the box, it's a pretty much standard mild English, I hate that phrase, style mixture. But no, it's not bad. Also, the next cigar review I'm going to be doing is the Lion Victor. Kind of a sort of budget cigar that we do in the shop. I seldom brand it up as the Gauntless World Selection. I did notice in my last batch of them, it's a very, very dark Maduro. The wrapper's a lot darker than the last batch I had, and I don't know if you can see in the core of the centre of this, there's some jet black tobacco in the middle of the filler. And the leaves do look a bit thicker, so I'm hoping there's some nice extra fermented Ligero in the middle. That would be beautiful. But we'll give this a try tomorrow. I'm going to try and compare it to the original, but I did smoke that over a year ago. I'm going to have to go back onto the onto my blog and dig out my old tasting notes. But right, yeah, that's it for today. I think I've got everything. But right, anyway, I'm gonna get off now. I think I've waffled on long enough. So hopefully there'll be another video update tomorrow. I'll talk a little bit about the snuff, and yeah. So yeah, thanks a lot. Take care.